Wow, man. What is that with that funky provolone note?
Would you like this?
Oh. It literally smells like provolone cheese now that I know what it is. I mean, yeah, I'll drink it.
Yeah, I think I will not. Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we are back with another First Sip episode where we try something we have never tried before out of our First Sip sample pool. We draw these samples at random. Nothing in that pool, like I said, we've tried before, so we have no familiarity with those products. So you get our honest opinions, blind and completely clean slates.
Yep.
Let's get right into the nose and see what we're working with today.
I get a little stinky socks. Not stinky feet, but stinky socks, like kind of soggy socks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Soggy, stinky socks with some fruit.
Like a funk?
Like a funk.
Interesting.
Like a funky fruit.
So let me translate these notes for you guys because that sounds very unappetizing. But with Erin, that smell, I have zeroed it into just being barrel char. There's like a funk that comes with barrel char. Yep, the oakiness, the barrel char, because I'm getting that here. And every time you said stinky feet or stinky socks or some variation of that, it has to do with the way the barrel char is coming across. Yeah. And to me, this is like a caramel covered red apple that also is influenced by a lot of barrel char. It smells really good on the nose. I like it quite a bit. It smells like it might be a little proofy, so we should proceed with caution.
All right.
Let's get into the palate.
It tastes proofy for sure.
Yeah, it's got some proof to it.
Yeah.
It's got some funk to it.
It does. I'm getting like red apple skin more. It's like a red delicious almost.
You know, I might be getting your stinky socks on the palate.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a funkiness here.
There's a funk.
Wow, that is very strange. Now that I go back to the nose.
Let's take a second sip, I think.
It's more funky on the nose to me. Okay, yeah, let's get into the palate.
So now that we're acclimated. Yeah, there's like some sharpness there. I think it's funk.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
This is pretty proofy too.
Yeah, it's got some power, and it is absolutely that funky barrel char note. Like it's almost like almost an influence of ashiness, like from the barrel.
Yeah, it might be too much for me.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be quite honest with you. Like, I like the concentration of sweetness and the red apple and the caramel notes that I'm getting here. But that barrel char influence and the proof and the balance on it is tipping so far towards the char side that it is providing an extremely unique experience. And I'm not really sure how I feel.
And I think the second sip, like it got more sweet. And I feel like it's the kind of thing that with each sip, the sweet's going to build on itself. And for me, I don't particularly care for that.
You know what? There's only one way to find out. Take another sip and get some ratings on this thing before we find out price and what we're drinking.
Let's do it. Yeah, it just continues to get sweet and then also kind of drying with the barrel char.
Yeah. And the concentrated fruity sweetness that I was getting is starting to lean into the cherry realm now for me.
Yeah.
And the cherry realm that it's leaning into is a little bit like a cough syrup note for me.
I think it's all the alcohol from the proof.
It's starting to turn me off of it a little bit. So I don't, okay, let's get into some ratings. Do you have ratings?
I got ratings.
All right, let's get into it. Where are you at on this glass before we find out the price?
So I'm just okay on this right now. I don't necessarily have to have a glass of this. And I might ask for a pour of it at a bar, but honestly, I might not. So I'm a very soft just okay. I might even go to thumbs down if it's too expensive.
Yeah, I think I'm a just okay on this as well. I don't have to have a bottle of it. I may not even order a pour at a bar. I might not. I don't know. It just depends on my mood. Today, the proof of this feels fine to me, but the funky char note, like I like some barrel char.
You do.
This funky char note, in addition to that little bit of like a cough syrupy medicinal cherry note, is a little bit off-putting for me. And there are days where I do feel like that's a little bit more acceptable and maybe even preferable. But today it's not that day for me. So let's find out the price and see if that changes our ratings. And then we'll find out what we're drinking. So in our first sip sample pool, this is number 82. So the price on number 82 is
$150.
I'm going to go ahead and move to a thumbs down.
Yeah, me too. That is not the flavor profile for me to be spending that amount of money on.
Yeah, watch it be some like super old, super great pour at $150. To me, it's the medicinalness.
Yeah.
And the char. It's just not for me today.
For me, it's the combination of it's pretty sweet. It's also very charry and also very proofy, which one of those I kind of can enjoy, but all three together at the balance that it is not for me.
Yeah. So let's find out what it is.
Okay.
This is.
It is Blanton's straight from the barrel, 130 proof.
Oh, the 130 proof checks out.
That is definitely 130 proof. And this is thanks to Scott Kading.
Wow, I just had like a shiver because I took another sip. Thank you so much, Scott. Show enough down in the chat. Okay, wow. This is crazy.
Or the comments. This is in the live stream.
I've never had straight from the barrel before. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
You never have either.
Mm-mm.
Regular Blanton's, we like it all right. It's a fine pour for what it is.
I tend to like it more than you do.
You do, but although we do have a good bottle right now that I actually do like. But man, when you crank it up to cask strength here, barrel proof.
It's wild.
This particular one, I mean, they're still single barrels, but this particular one, this medicinal cherry note and char, like I'm stunned how much char is on this thing. But the medicinal cherry note is something I've never experienced in any Buffalo Trace cask strength product. I've not experienced in Stag Jr., George T. Stag, E.H. Taylor barrel proof. This is wild.
Yeah.
Like I'm stunned.
And I will say after sipping it, the funkiness on the nose has just become more strong for me.
Oh, I just went in for a nose and I got like a funky cheese note, which is like you say stinky feet or stinky socks. I got a funky cheese note.
There you go.
Like a provolone funk.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know we're not selling it and it doesn't really matter because you probably can't buy it anyways, but this was really interesting and informative.
For sure.
We hope these blind tastings that we do like this encourage you to do your own blind tastings. If you happen to get some samples or some really desirable bottles, down in the video description, we'll have links to some sample jars that we use so that you can check them out and start putting some of your own things in here, mixing and matching, drawing at random, and tasting things blind so that you don't know what you're drinking. Because I guarantee you, if I would have gone into this knowing this was Blanton's straight from the barrel, even though I don't really like Blanton's all that much, I would have gone into this thinking this is cask strength, barrel proof, Buffalo Trace.
This is something special.
I'm probably going to like this.
You're going to prime yourself to like it.
Yeah, exactly. And right here, right now, I was thumbs down before we found out what we were sipping. So this is very, very interesting. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like content like this, then make sure you subscribe because we're bringing it to you every week. If you like this video, like it, click the thumb down there and hit the bell because that will notify you when you are doing your once a month live streams, but when we are doing our once a month live streams.
You might be doing once a month live streams. We don't know.
You might too. We might be tuning into those.
Yeah.
But if you want to tune into ours, make sure you hit the bell. It will help you a ton because they float around and they are once a month. So that bell will keep you posted.
Absolutely. And that's it for today. Until next time, be good to each other and cheers.
Cheers.